It was a struggle just to work through our differences.
Kenya Moore and Marc Daly's divorce saga dragged on for years, but now it seems like it's finally over. Kenya appears to be really relieved, but why did it actually take so long? What happened between her and Marc? And is the drama really over now? In a recent exclusive interview with People magazine, Kenya said that after about 3 years of trying to divorce Marc, the legal process was finally over. In her statement, she thanked everyone who prayed for her and uplifted her throughout her tumultuous marriage and divorce. And to be honest, tumultuous is sort of an understatement to describe what happened. The whole drama started after the birth of their daughter, Brooklyn. This was revealed by Kenya herself in a 2019 episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. When speaking with her co-stars Cynthia Bailey and Kandi Burruss, Kenya stated that communication between her and Marc had been getting kind of strained. Things got so bad that she began to suspect that Marc was cheating on her. Some rumors began swirling that further fueled her suspicions. However, Kenya debunked the rumors herself after finding out that they weren't true. And she admitted that perhaps if their communication had been better, their problems may have been easily resolved. But certain things happened that showed that this couldn't have been further from the truth. The real issue turned out to be the growing distance between them, which, like I said, became more apparent after the birth of their daughter. At the time, Marc was working on opening 2 more businesses in New York, while Kenya was based in Atlanta and was on The Real Housewives. And the whole long-distance relationship seemed doable at first. If anything, at first, Marc really loved Atlanta because it had a good family environment and he had friends and family there, while Kenya herself loved New York because it was a busy city. This worked out pretty well with the pair visiting each other frequently. But when their daughter came into the picture, everything changed completely. Marc became more absent and their basic communication became very strained. A source revealed to reporters that Marc had only been to Atlanta a few times to film with Kenya after the birth of their baby. He reportedly wasn't very involved in taking care of their baby since he didn't live there, meaning that Kenya was practically a single mom. But despite these glaring issues, Kenya remained insistent that they could make things work. In her exclusive interview with People at the time, she revealed that she still loved Marc and she didn't see the possibility of divorce. She really wanted their marriage to work, and she raised the idea of therapy. But unfortunately, Marc wasn't interested in the idea, and his reason for that was absolutely insane. Shortly after Kenya talked to her co-stars about the state of their marriage, Marc revealed his true feelings to her co-stars as well. He confessed that he actually hated their marriage and he was going to end things. He even said it wasn't a hidden fact and it was something everybody knew except Kenya. He made this statement during a huge fight with Kenya, which happened at a charity dinner he hosted for Miss USA. Marc was in charge of organizing the event for Black Man Lab, and he wasn't doing a great job at it. So Kenya offered to help, as she was a former Miss USA title holder, and she was also one of the best party hosts in Atlanta. However, Marc's ego kept getting in the way of them working together, and he dismissed most of her helpful suggestions. But despite this, Kenya's inputs and efforts were what eventually made the event a success. However, things got really crazy when Marc refused to give Kenya credit for putting together most of the event. He didn't even mention her name in his acknowledgement of people who helped him pull it off. And as if that wasn't bad enough, in the after show of the 12th season of The Real Housewives, Kenya revealed that Marc was actually mean to her throughout the entire event. She said he kept whispering things about her and he found fault in anything she did. He later stormed out of the event in an Uber, ultimately leaving Kenya alone for the rest of the night. And she didn't even know what she did wrong. He apparently didn't give her any form of respect throughout the event, and she still had to pretend that they were one happy family. Not surprisingly, a day after the whole ordeal, the pair announced their separation on their respective Instagram pages. However, in a shocking turn of events, the pair got back together again in 2020. During her appearance on Andy Cohen's show in February 2020, Kenya revealed that they were trying to figure things out. She said that they had even had brunch together earlier before she came on the show. She also later told Amy Phillips that her relationship with Marc was improving. Kenya said that Marc had become really kind and sweet to her. She even called their separation a rash decision during her interview with ET, and she said that they were planning to go to counseling as soon as Marc was finally open to it. To top it all off, they went on a trip to the Bahamas with their daughter Brooklyn for some quality family time. This gave the impression that they were working through things, which was why it kind of surprised everyone when they decided to proceed with the divorce. Marc told The Root magazine that he and Kenya had agreed to end their marriage and focus only on co-parenting their daughter. Kenya also revealed that she was very emotional about the divorce because she hadn't gone through something like this before. So they both filed for legal separation in January 2021. But 2 years later, the process was still ongoing. In her appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Kenya called her divorce the world's longest divorce. People began wondering what the holdup was about. And contrary to popular belief, the reason behind the holdup wasn't child support payments. On the Tamron Hill show, Kenya said that the holdup wasn't about alimony or child support. It was taking so long because they hadn't even gotten a trial date yet. Things were also a little difficult to sort out because she and Marc didn't sign a prenup before the marriage. But by May, Kenya was fed up with the proceedings and expressed her frustration, saying, "Get me free." She said that she wanted it all to be over already. And it looks like she finally got what she wanted. The divorce is finally done. In her recent exclusive with People on the 12th of December, Kenya talked about how happy she was about the whole process being done. She also shared her excitement for her next chapter in life and for being the best mom for her daughter, Brooklyn. As for love and relationships, Kenya still keeps an open mind despite the troubles she's experienced in her previous marriage. She told People that she was a hopeless romantic who still believed her forever person existed, and she would get her happily ever after another time. True to her words, Kenya has actually been dating. Recently, she opened up about her budding relationship with Roy Shlomo, the CEO and founder of Kale Me Crazy. She described him as tall, handsome, and funny, and then said that they definitely had a lot of chemistry. She said that their budding romance was exciting and she was crazy about him. As for Marc, he hinted at his future endeavors in his earlier statement to The Root magazine. His goal is to give back to his community with his restaurant and help people of color in Brooklyn affected by COVID-19 would keep him busy. But he's been completely off the grid since that revelation, and it doesn't seem like he'll be making any more public appearances from now on. With that, we can finally say goodbye to all the drama between Kenya Moore and Marc Daly. But what do you guys think about all this? Are you shocked that their divorce took so long? And do you think they made the right choice when they decided to go their separate ways? Let me know in the comments below.